Alright guys, this is like my attempt number 3 at making this video because I was making mistakes, but hopefully this one I won't make mistakes. So if you see the markings here, I had to erase it and kind of I'm starting over. So just try to ignore those. But anyway, so I have my work here. The last time I had work was for number 12 because 13 through 21 didn't require any work. So I'm just going to flip this paper over and I'm going to just restart at number 22. Okay, so that's what I would suggest for you as well. Just you don't need to put all numbers 13 through 21 on this paper unless you want to. Alright, so number 22, it says to solve for x. So we're going to solve for x. I'm going to do both methods, okay? The method we use in class normally, and then also the variable constant method. So those of you that prefer the variable constant method, I'll let you know. You'll see when I start doing that. Okay, so to solve for x, you got to look at what hints they give you, like what they're going to give you to figure it out. So there's an x here that was used as part of this relationship so that you can figure out what the measure of this angle is. Okay, not that we have to, but to solve for x, we're going to use that special angle pair relationship. So I'm going to draw a loop here and a loop here. This one happens to be in the exterior, and this one happens to be in the interior. So it can't be any of these. So let me write that all the 180 ones are SSI, SSE, LP, and then the ones that are equal are all the rest, alternate interior, alternate exterior, and corresponding and vertical. When you take your test on Tuesday, I would suggest that this is the first thing you write on your scrap paper. Okay? So, which one of these is it? Well, if one's in the exterior and one's in the interior, it can't be this one because that means they're both in the interior. Can't be this one because that means they're both in the exterior based on the letters, okay? And then here and here, it can't be either of these either because they can only be these names if they're both in the interior or they're both in the exterior. So we're left with linear pair, corresponding, or vertical. Well, the reason they're corresponding is because they are at one's in the interior, one's in the exterior. And the other reason is because they are on the same side of the transversal and at different parallel lines. Okay, so that's the important part. They're in corresponding positions at different locations. So since it's not an SSI, SSE, or LP, you're going to add them. They're supplement, or you're going to equal them to each other. Okay, so you get 6x plus 8 equals 7x plus 1. Now, those of you that like the variable constant method, I'll do that next. Box, circle, box, circle. So I'm going to subtract the smaller variable. 8 equals 1x plus 1. Subtract. No. Miss Hall. Look at this. This eraser was full before. Okay. So subtract 1, subtract 1. So x equals 7. Let's check that. Number 22, yes. Alright, now I'm going to use the other method. If you don't need to do this method, then move on and just go on to number 23. So still, because they're corresponding, you're going to do blank equals blank. Fill it in. Box and circle. Draw the line. Variable constant. This one's on the left side already. 7x is coming over, so you have to change its sign. 1 already. 8 comes over, change its sign. So when you add these, it becomes negative 1x. Add these, it becomes negative 7. Divide, divide. If I'm going fast, you should pause the video. Okay, don't just copy everything I'm doing. So the answer is 7. Number 23. Let's see what kind of angles these are. Okay, so one's in the interior, one's in the interior, and they're on opposite sides of the transversal, so it has to be alternate interior. It's not SSI, SSE, or LP, so these are equal. Variable constant method I'll do next. subtract, because they were inverse, so, or they were positive, so 70 minus 6 is 64. So x should equal 8. Yes, it does. Okay. Variable constant method, since they're alternate interior, they're not SSI, SSE, or LP, so you set them equal. So one's 8x plus 6, and the other one is 70. Draw your line. $70 stays. 6 becomes negative 6. 8x, nothing's added to it, so you just bring it down, add these, 64. X equals 8. Okay. Number 24. Alright, this is in the interior, and so is this one. But they're on the same side of the transversal, so this is SSI, which means they're supplementary. Okay, I will do the variable constant method next. Now we got a 6x plus 20 plus 94. So subtract. Okay, let's hope that's correct. All right. Variable constant method. Since they're alternate, nope, what are they? Okay, these are same side interior. SSI means they add up to be 180. We substitute in. Box and circle. VC. We got variable here on the same side. No more variables. We got 180. 94 crosses over, becomes negative. 20 crosses over and becomes negative. Nothing's to add here, so 6x. Add all these, and that comes out to be 66. Divide, divide. X equals 11. 24. X equals 11. We're good. Oh, I forgot to write number 23 was 8. So we've got our answer so far. Okay, let's go to number 25. It says find the angle measure indicated in bold. This is in bold, that's in bold, and that's. I don't know why all the angles ended up being bolded on the bottom, but there's no reason for that. It just happened that way. Alright, number 25. I don't need all that, but I do see 4x underneath this parallel line, so I'm going to draw that one. And I see this parallel line with the 41x minus 2, so I'll draw that one. And I need this transversal for that, so I'll draw this transversal for those angles. So I have a 40x, 41x minus 2. Okay, and for the sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and do the usual method of, well, this one I'll do both, yeah, because I see a variable on both sides. So first of all, this is in the interior, and this is in the interior. Nope, this is on the exterior. Okay, so, and they're on the same side, and they're at different parallel locations. They are corresponding. They're not SSI, SSE, or LP, so we make them equal. So we have 40x equals 41x minus 2. Over here, I'll do the variable constant method, okay? Yeah, I'll try to do it down here, so I'll have room. Okay, so draw your line. Now, I know we have a variable on both sides, and this is smaller, so you would subtract it, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? However, you can also subtract 41x from both sides so that you can go ahead and get the variables together and away from the constant. So you get negative 1x equals negative 2. The only thing is you got to make sure you divide by negative, and then you get x equals positive 2. Okay. Alright, let's see if that's, well, then we got to plug it in. And let's see how the variable constant method works. Since these are corresponding angles, not SSI or SSC, we set them equal. 40x equals 41x minus 2. Draw a line, VC. Okay, box, circle. 40x is here already. Bring the 41x over, it becomes negative 41x. Negative 2 stays. Add these, negative 1x. Bring this down. And then divide. So x equals positive 2. But we're not done, because then it says to substitute in for the 41x minus 2. So I'm just going to write it off over here. 41 times the 2 minus the 2. So multiply first, and that'll be 84. Minus 2 should be 82 degrees. And let me make sure that I did that right. Nope. This should be 82. 82 minus 2 is 80 degrees. And that's our final answer. 25, 80 degrees. Moving on, 26. Wow, we're using a lot of paper. So 26, I'm using more paper than a lot of you guys because I'm doing multiple methods. Okay, so number 26, got multiple lines again, so I'm going to use the top parallel line because there's something there. I'm going to use this transversal because there's something that creates this angle x plus 138. I'm going to use the bottom parallel line because that creates this x plus 58. Okay, and then I'm going to ignore the middle line. So I've got this angle and this angle. This one, they're both interior. Okay, so, and they're on the same side. So this is an SSI. So we're going to do blank plus blank equals 180. Remember, it's only 2 because we're working with angle pairs. That's different than triangles. Triangles have 3 angles that we have to consider. So x plus 138, x plus 58. I'll do the variable constant method over here. Well, to make room for it, I'll say here. Okay. So box and circle. That's a 1. Combine. Let's double check that. I'm going to use my calculator real quick. Okay, so this should be negative 16, and this is 2x. So x should be negative 8. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug this in now to see if I'm doing this right. Okay, so, and then I'll do the other method real quick. So x plus 8, or x plus 58 is what we want to substitute into. Since x equals negative 8, we'll put negative 8 plus 58, and we should get 50 degrees. See if that's true. Yes. Okay. So x is supposed to be negative 8. Okay. I'm going to do the other method here. So I have, since they are same side interior, blank plus blank equals 180. So we have x plus 38, x plus 58. Okay. Still box and circle. Okay, so we got variable constant, 1x, 180. That's a positive 58. Be careful of that. Positive 38. That's 2x. That is I should have made this negative. because it comes over and becomes negative, comes over, becomes negative. Okay. And then that looks something doesn't look right. Oh, there's a 138 here. Okay. And then, yeah, that looks right. So then this becomes negative 16. Divide, x equals negative 8. And then you take that negative 8 and then plug it in here, and then you get 50 degrees. Almost made too many mistakes there again. So number 27. All right, okay, so no all these extra lines, so we're good to go with this one. This one's in the exterior. This one's also on the exterior, but they're not on the same side. These are alternate exterior angles, which means they're not SSI or SSE, and they're equal to each other. So blank equals blank. 3 plus 19x equals 20x. Okay. Subtract 19x. So that was easy. Then you substitute in to the bold angle, which is 20, so 20x, so 20 times 3 is 60 degrees. Let's see if that's right. Yes, it is. Now let me do the other method. So variable constant method. Again, they're alternate exterior angles, so it's not SSI, SSE, or LP, so equal them to each other. $19x is already here. 20x crosses over, becomes negative. And then 3 crosses over, becomes negative. So that's a negative 1x equals negative 3. Divide, x equals positive 3. Just like we got it here. And you substitute in and you get 60 degrees. 28. Okay. Interior, same side, SSI. So we're going to use supplementary. Okay. All right. So variable constant. Let's go over here. So you get 30x plus 59x plus 2 bucks. Okay, so that's the answer. I'm going to plug that in just so that I know I'm on the right track. So 59 times 2, because this is the angle we're working with, that's bold. 59 times 2 plus 2 equals. So what's that? 59 times 2, it should be 118, but I've been making mistakes all day, so I'm just going to check on my calculator real quick. 59 times 2, yeah, okay. 118 plus 2 is 120 degrees. Is that reasonable? That's definitely obtuse. Let's find our answer. Yes. Alright, so I'm going to do the other method. Still got to do, these are same side interior, which means they add up to be 180. 30x, 59x plus 2, box, circle, circle. So these variables are on the same side, so they keep their sign. 180's here, 2 comes over, becomes negative. This is going to be 89x equals 178. Divide, x equals 2. Then once you get that 2, you substitute in here, and then you're good to go. Alright, 2 more left. Number 29. Okay, we got interior, but they're on opposite sides. These are alternate exterior angles. Since they're alternate exterior, they're not SSI, SSE, or LP. They are equal. Variable constant method will be done over here. always try to do the variables first. X is 11. Let's look at the bold. Let's put that in. So 10 times 11 plus 20. That's a pretty obtuse angle. Let's see. 10 times 11 is 110 plus 20. So it should be a 130-degree angle. So let's see if that's what it is. Yes, it is. I just wanted to double check before I go on and have the wrong X. So variable constant method, people, this is again alternate interior, which means they are equal, because it's not SSI, SSE, or LP. So I set them equal. Write your VC. 11x is already on the correct side. 10x is on the other side, so you need to bring it over and make it negative. 20 is already good. 9 come over, be negative. That's 1x, or just leave it invisible. And then 11. So we did do this right, and 130 degrees. Drum roll, please. Last problem, number 30. So number 30, we've got an exterior angle and we've got an interior angle. So, so you can't use any of the exterior angle names or the interior angle names because you need both of them to be the same. But they're on the same side, different locations, and on different parallel lines. These are corresponding. That's not SSI, SSE, or LP, so they're equal. Box, circle, subtract. Don't worry, I'll do the other method as well. I hope that's right. I did that kind of fast. Let me double check. That looks right. Let me try substituting in to see if I get that answer. So here's my bold angle. So let's see. That will be 6 times 12 plus 8. 6 times 12 is 72 plus 8 should be 80 degrees. And it is. Okay. So variable constant method. Once again, you have to still know how to set it up. Notice that these are corresponding angles, so they're equal. So you got 5x plus 20, and then 6x plus 8, and box and circle. VC, we have 5x. Bring the 6x over, make it negative 6x. Bring the 8 stays, the 20 comes negative 20. This becomes negative 1x. This becomes negative 12. Divide. X equals positive 12, which we put here, and still get 80 degrees.